How do you respond when you get an idea from God? This idea that I am talking about is a desire of the heart. It is connected to your calling. It is connected to the gifting and the talent and skills that God blessed you with. It is also connected to your influence. And most importantly, it is connected to you being one with God. For many years, I have rejected God's ideas that He would give me. And it was from a place of me thinking in my mind that life was about options. And when it came to my career, I could choose a career and then pray to God to back me up and allow me to thrive and achieve in that career. I found out when I did it that way and ignored ideas that God has, that He gave me over the years, that I found out that my career was just full of dread, and each year it didn't get any better. Now, the benefit to you getting an idea from God when it comes to your calling is this is how God satisfies your heart's desires. This is how He fills the void in your heart. Psalms 92 verse 12 says, "The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree." Think of the beauty of a palm tree. This is an example of how God allows you to thrive in every area of your life as you are living out your calling. And what happens is that it is without sorrow, which is dread, without disappointments, and without discouragement. When you focus on what it is that God has for you, it puts you in a place to overcome no matter what life may throws at you, because your life is rooted in the things that God will have you to do, and most importantly, who God will have you to be. So how do you respond? As I mentioned, how that tree flourished, and it gives an example of how your life flourished when you allow God's calling to manifest in your life. The spiritual root to that is to love God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul. So any desire that comes from God, the spiritual root to that for you to thrive is to love God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul. Jesus said in Matthew 22 verse 37, "Love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." Then He goes on to say in verse 38 that this is the first and this is the greatest commandment. That's how powerful and potent loving God is. So what does that look like? It starts with really agreeing with God in your mind. You having an affection and love for God, and you're allowing God to influence how you think. Another part to this is God becomes the source of how you imagine things, how you vision your life, how you solve problems. And another part to this is as God influences you, you are influencing others in your calling the same way God influenced you. That's how you allow God's mindset, His thoughts, His ways, and His truth to be a hand in the earth, to be a voice in the earth, to be an ear in the earth, to hear the injustice that people are experiencing. It's the God in you that meet the needs of people. So there are two things you have to focus on when it comes to loving God, and it's the spiritual root of that allows this life that God planned for you to thrive without the dread, the disappointment, and the discouragement. And that is, number one, is to conform to the image of Jesus. That's found in Romans 8:29. And another part is to fulfill God's plans for your life. That's found in Jeremiah 29:11. And when you love God with all your heart, your mind, and your soul, and you're seeking every day to conform to the fullness of Christ, along with living God's plans for your life, this is how you thrive and flourish without regret. So I encourage you, continue to enjoy your day with God. Love and blessings to you.